I was going to say, it's the hardest one I asked if you could say and spell your first and last name.
Patrick, Patrick, last name Surine, Surine.
And then a title for you. Is there any kind of special?
It's just patrol officer. I work for the Downtown Bike Patrol unit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, first real question I kind of want to ask about, whenever there's a call, like something like today, kind of what is the initial response that you guys have?
For a situation like this where someone's actively, in a position to harm themselves, there's going to be a response of light and sirens, get there as quick as you can. And from there, you do your best to assess the situation and take the appropriate action from there.
And, when, there's, I don't know if you were able to see the photo that I shared with Sergeant Cutler.
Yeah.
When you have a moment like that, kind of what does that feel like when you're able to, help a person when they're in that kind of situation?
I mean, it feels great. That situation could have had a horrible outcome, and at the end of the day, if all the guy wants is a hug from me or from whoever else, if that's going to change the course of his day, I'm happy to give it to him. But yeah, it felt good.
And I guess I'm just kind of wondering about sort of this response. Is there any kind of special, is there any kind of mental health professional that comes along, or is that part of your guys' training?
So in the academy, we receive what's called crisis intervention training. And yeah, that is part of our training. You get there and usually you're looking for a senior officer to take lead. And I kind of looked around when I got there today, and it turns out that was me. So, I began talking to him, kind of trying to distract him from the crisis that he was actively going through, keep him talking, keep him distracted, try to build a rapport, gain his trust, and, do what I can from there to have the best outcome for him and for everyone.
And, that post that I shared with Sergeant Cutler has been getting a lot of, positive attention from people, obviously seeing, I think that picture of the two of you, sharing a hug is something that really kind of resonated with a lot of people. I know the individual that actually posted that photo, I got into contact with him and he was just praising your guys' performance. I mean, wherever he was overlooked the entire thing, whatever office building he was in. And from everything to response time to how you guys handled it to how it all looked. I mean, he just couldn't praise you guys enough. And, to hear that, a citizen that witnessed the whole thing is like, wow, that was incredible. The response was amazing. What does that mean to you?
I mean, like I said, it feels good, and it feels good to know that I work with a department full of people who, had I not been there first, would have showed up and done the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like you said, we revert back to our training, and we just try to be humans and react the way that we'd react if one of our loved ones was going through something like this. Because somewhere he's got somebody that loves him, and unfortunately they couldn't be there, at that time. So we're happy to step in for that person and do the best we can to make a peaceful, happy resolution for everybody.
And obviously anything these kind of events can be tough to go through. There's always a great outcome, but when you have a situation like this, does that encourage you going forward? And what does that fill you with any kind of
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good reinforcement to build on the training that I already have, to just understand that any given person you encounter on the street could be going through the worst day or worst moment of their life. So to just, and that doesn't come overnight, that comes from experience on the department. And that's not something I guess I would say I always realized or always had in the back of my mind, but it's definitely something this experience has helped me keep that in the forefront of my mind, treat every person like they're going through, the worst moment or day of their life, and be there to, even if they just want to talk, be there to listen, be what they need in that moment.
That's good. Is there anything else you want to share that I didn't ask about?
No, not necessarily. I hope that's helpful or what you were looking for.